Hi, Rob. It's so nice to have you on the show. How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for having me.
Beautiful. And like I said earlier, thank you for honoring the invite. And thank you for coming. It means a whole lot. Thank you. Okay, Rob.
Yeah.
I am quite excited to have you on the show for some reasons. Firstly, I know you might be familiar with this. Ignorant in the Hebrew's definition could also mean darkness. And knowledge, in that same Hebrew definition, could also mean light. Ever since I discovered that, Rob, I decided I would never remain in the dark again. So I've been so keen to
Amen.
seeking knowledge and listening to folks like you who's got amazing insight. Okay, the second reason why I'm excited to have you on the show is for the sake of the listeners, the ones who are going to be listening to our conversation. I believe Sorry, I believe there are some things that Rob knows that some of these folks needs to hear you say, directly from your mouth in order for them to experience transformation. I firmly believe that. And lastly, that is me.
I,
I believe I'm definitely going to learn one or two things from your story, your experiences, and your insight. And now, I want you to view me, not just me and the audience by the time they listen to our conversation, as your student, okay? And you're our teacher now. We want to learn from you, all right? Okay, so for
all
that
right.
reason, let's get started with your introduction. Talk to us about your journey, how you got here. Then afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, Rob, over to you.
Sounds fantastic. So I'm just so proud to be here because I really feel that the Lord has me in this place for a specific reason, and I just feel in the last few years that I've finally stepped into my calling that He has given me, and I haven't understood what my calling was until recently, and now I'm just so passionate about what I'm doing because of that. Just to back up to the very beginning is when I was young, I was a runner and I liked to run. But one of the things that really transformed me was reading a book called Eat to Win. And that book really taught me about nutrition and how what I actually ate fueled my body, and it helped me become a much better runner. And then in fact I became such a good runner and as a youth that I ended up getting a full ride running scholarship to a Division 1 college. And my goal in life was to be a professional runner. I was so excited. And then that winter, a tragic thing happened to me. I was out on a training run in the winter, and I was training with my partner. It was really cold and snowy, and the roads were snow covered. And I ran out to a clearing in the road a little bit, and my friend jumped out of the way behind me and yelled my name. And I turned around, and all I could see is this big 4x4 truck coming. And this 4x4 truck came and just hit me in the hip and
Whoa.
threw me 36 feet. I landed straight on my face and then my knees, and it knocked me unconscious. And I'm laying on the side of the road, freezing, and my throat had gotten clogged because I had a bloody nose earlier in the run. And so as I'm laying on the ground unconscious, my throat filled up, and so then I couldn't breathe. So it was a really scary situation, and I know the Lord has me on this earth for a reason because He saved me that day. My friend realized that I was in trouble and unclogged my throat miraculously. I don't know why he knew or how he knew or just what prompted him to help clear my throat, but he did, thankfully. And I'm sure it's the Lord's prodding that did it. But he did save me that day. And then after that accident happened, I had a really difficult time because I was just like, that was my passion, right? That was my desire. I really wanted to be be a runner. But I, had a family at the time, so I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to just do, what the world tells me I need to do. I need to go finish my degree, and I need to go provide for my family. And I did that. I did that for a long time, and became really good in my job, and moved up the corporate ladder and worked for some really large companies. But I never just felt satisfied. I didn't have a passion for what I was doing, and I didn't have a passion for Christ either. But then the second truck hit me, and this second truck is what I call the pandemic, right? I call it the second truck, because it ended up. I lost my job and sales because I couldn't travel anymore. So they downsized the sales team, and then that really was frustrating and scary. I'm like, okay, what's going on with the world? Everybody's panicking and freaking out. And then I saw they were vilifying these all natural health doctors, and this kind of brings it back to my beginning. As remember when I started understanding nutrition and how nutrition was important to the body, and so I was like, okay, I don't know much about medicine or diseases, but I do know that what you eat, your body uses to help you live, right? I mean, God created all of us, and He created stuff on this earth for us to eat, and if we eat healthy and we eat the right nutrients, our body thrives. And then I saw them vilifying this doctor for recommending vitamin D. I'm like, I don't understand, because vitamin D is the sun, right? The sun gives us vitamin D. So that really got me frustrated. And so I started doing a lot of research. And boy, when I started researching what was going on in our world, it really woke me up. I really feel like I was living in the Matrix up until that point, where now when I look back on it, I see, the Lord has been training me my entire life, and everything that He's done to me, He did it for a reason, or everything that happened to me did happen for a reason. And this pandemic, I just started digging in and researching all this stuff about medicine and about our health. And could see the vilification of these doctors as something really wrong. So then I was like, why are they doing this to these people? So then I went back and uncovered a lot of information about how our health system has been really taken over and transformed into something different. And so that was really eye-opening and frustrating when I realized that. And so that's where I've stepped into what I'm doing now. Is the Lord literally has led me step by step to the right people at the right place at the right time to help create solutions to help people with their health. And then since I've had such an incredible relationship with Christ through the last few years of my life, probably the last 3.5, 4 years, I just have a deep connection and love for the Word, and love for my Father, that I really have a heart to help people with their faith in addition. So I call myself now a warrior for people's faith and health. And I've created a company that's exciting. We have an amazing solution that helps people with their health, and God created that product 100%. So I'm excited to talk about that a little bit. But then we also have a mission within the company to get 1 million new people to read the Word through their health. So it's really a passion of ours that, not only we're going to help you with your temple and your body, but we also want to help you with your faith. And so I'm on a mission to do that. I'm on a mission to help people with their faith and their health.
Oh man, Rob, amazing. While you were talking about while you were talking
I
about what you
appreciate
discovered,
that.
yeah, man, while you were talking about what you discovered about the doctors and all of these things, my heart was beating so fast. I was like, okay, what do you want to say next? And when I heard that, now you're providing solutions, I said, thank God. You know, because you
Amen.
see, I tell you, a lot of folks have fallen victims to several, prescription and all of those things that, oh man,
Yeah.
and thank
The
you.
average,
Yeah, yeah,
when I was doing the research, I just
yeah.
want to tell you this one piece. When I was doing that research, I found out the average senior takes 15 different prescription medications in a year period. and that's just horrible. So our medical system is set up to give you not a solution to the problem. They're set up to give you a basically a pill for an ill. So you go to a specialist, and that specialist is really good at one thing, and they'll give you this fix, aka fix, for this one thing. It's a drug they typically will give you, and all drugs have side effects. So then that side effect, happens, and guess what? Then you have some other problem. So then you go to that specialist, and that specialist gives you another drug, and then then you have a side effect that you go have another problem. So, to have the average senior be on 15 different medications is just horrible. So we've got to just look back at what God has created, right? God created everything on the earth. He's created our bodies wonderfully and fearfully. And how do we go back to like when I was young and I read that book, Eat to Win? It's like we have to take care of our bodies and put in it what God put on this earth in its original form as much as we can, the organic materials, etc., and give it the right nutrients. And man, your body can thrive and your body can heal. Lord designed our bodies to heal. And but we've just done so many things. Our environment is messed up, our water's messed up, our food's messed up, our medical system's messed up. We have just way too many distractions. So if you can just cut out a lot of these things and look at your body as how God developed it, and you can start give it the right nutrients and the right things, then it can start doing what he designed. It can heal itself. So there's so many issues that people have that, gosh, we can stop that if we go back and get people to understand that they can take control of their bodies and they can help heal themselves. And so that's a really big passion of mine to help people do that.
Beautiful work that you're doing. I love that. I love that. You know, that's why I love to seek knowledge. You see, what you just said now, I do not know this before. That means I was in the
Right.
dark concerning this particular
Right.
aspect of what you just said. Now that you've shared this with me now I know it. I know it now.
Right. Right.
Okay.
It's
You see,
neat. Yeah, I love that you seek knowledge like that.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
amazing. Good
I
job.
do, I tell you. And that part where you said you read that book, Eat to Win, that's amazing. Not many people want to read a book for the sake of learning one thing from it. Some just want to read it for some other reasons that are not important. And the fact that you went ahead
Right.
seeking insight now, and now it led to you discovering so many beautiful things now. That's encouraging that no matter where you find
Yeah,
yourself, always ensure that you seek knowledge. And you also
that's
mentioned
right.
that you believe that it was the Lord that influenced your friend to did what he did to your throat now. And you
Yeah.
also mentioned
Yeah.
now you believe that it was because you've got things to do on this planet. That's why God saved you the other period when you had that accident. And that just portrays the fact that you won't die if you're born for a particular purpose now, and God wants you to accomplish it. Death cannot kill you until you finish with that purpose. You know,
Yeah.
you're actually the very I think second person to talk about this kind of incident, and it's just keep proving it one way or another that that's just the truth. Okay, so you've answered
Yeah.
most of my questions. All right, because we have few left. Okay. So I want us to talk about, are you ready for the questions? Can you hear me? I
Sure.
think, okay.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So why is all natural health being censored? You got that?
It's literally money. Unfortunately, if you look, if that's what I found when I was doing all the research on our healthcare system, it was taken over just from a greed perspective. So the way that our pharmaceutical companies operate, they have so much money that they can control the narrative. They can control information as well. In fact, one of the things that I think is really telling is you can see the ads you see on TV, right? They're pharmaceutical ads, and they talk about a drug that you've never heard of, even or a symptom you've never, or a problem you've never heard of. They say, oh, if you've had XY disease, and then you need to take this, really complex name of a solution, and you're like, what the heck? Why is that a commercial? Right? And they say at the end they say, here's all the problems that you could potentially have, and then go talk to your doctor if you want it to get help. No one ever buys anything from those ads, but what those pharmaceutical companies do is they create those ads so they can spend money with that network. And they spend so much money with that network that they can control what that network does and what they say. And because it's like they fund so much money into them, they're like, oh, we can't do something against what these guys are saying. So it ends up being a control mechanism. And then, unfortunately, you have to follow the money. And I think they're censoring all natural health practitioners because, if we all were healthy, they would all be out of business, right? And so I think that's a really big issue and a big problem, and it's something I want to help people with these natural solutions. And that's why we created Exodus Strong, right? It's a all natural health solution that the Lord created through me, but it was literally the Lord. He kept putting the right people at the right place at the right time for me to create this just magical solution that really helps people at the core with their health, and then can help fix really serious issues and problems that people have with their health. And then, guess what? If you're healthy, that's the best gift you can give your loved one is your health. And then guess what? When you're healthy, you can have an impact on the kingdom, right? You can continue I want everybody to have an impact on the kingdom, right? Because that's why I know that he has me on this earth. In fact, everybody listening to my voice has breath in their lungs today. And so if you have breath in your lungs today, the Lord has a plan for you specifically. So I want everybody to realize that and understand that. And then when you understand that, you say, okay, how can I have an impact on the kingdom? I'm just a little person. Guess what? You can have an incredible impact on the kingdom. Maybe it's just your next door neighbor. Maybe it's your children. Maybe it's, the person that you see at the store. You can have that impact. But if you don't have your health, then it's hard for you to share your love for Christ and your love for God and having an impact on the kingdom. But anyway, that's why I implore people to let's get healthy together, and then let's go have a great impact on the kingdom together.
Beautiful, amazing, very correct. Because without the health, there is no way we can have impact. I got that.
Right. Right.
When I discovered the amount of sugars that were in most of these soft drinks, Rob, I came to the conclusion that it is very, very risky to rely on folks who do not have the fear of God. Because why would
Yes.
you sell those things to people and you know to yourself that these things aren't good and you put it out there? Same with the drugs, the prescription and all of those things too. So now having someone who have the fear of God now, you just gain a new student, because now I will stay so clean to you and so keen to your informations and your page and all of that, because I love people who want to change things now. Folks who are
Yes.
just doing things anyhow, all in the name of money. Oh man. Okay,
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay,
I want to build a big business. And I know that I
hmm,
have to have money in order to build a big business, but the whole reason I'm building the business is so that I can have a big impact, right? So I want to build a big business because I want to have a really big impact. And so that's what's really fun about what I am doing is I know there's two big problems that most people have. They either have one or the other. They either have a health issue, or they have a money issue. And so the cool thing about what I've done with Exodus Strong is help people with both. So I can help you with your health because our supplement has 7 biblical ingredients, and it's magical. Those 7 ingredients are awesome. They give you energy and they give you gut health. And if you look at your health, it starts at the gut. And then we have a molecular hydrogen generating blend, which is a special mechanism within our product that acts as a master antioxidant. And that sounds like a lot of terms, but what it does is it really clears out the bad stuff, the free radicals in your body, and helps your mitochondrial process work more efficiently and effectively. So it helps with cognitive issues. It helps with cardiovascular issues. It helps with blood sugar levels. And so it helps with even anxiety. So we've got this product that is just amazing for your health, which is super cool. But then we've also set up a mechanism where you can share this product with others and you can get commissions for just sharing it. So you can literally help yourself by just sharing it a couple of times, and that's going to pay for your product. But then guess what? You can go out and the more people you share it with, the more income you can make just for you. That's not even for the company. Obviously is going to grow by that mechanism, but there's a lot of people that are working with us that are doing this for an income. So they're like, wow, I can share the love of Christ with people because we include a prayer guide that goes with every single product because we have that goal. We want to get 1 million new people to read the word. So you can share the love of Christ with people, and you can share your health with people, or good health with people, because this product is phenomenal. And then you also can get a little bit of commission, for doing so. So it's just kind of a win-win situation. It's something that I think everybody that's a Christian is really interested in doing this, because it's like they're helping. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing bad. They're helping people with their health. They're helping people with a little bit of finances, and they're spreading the love of Christ and the word of the Lord. So I implore everybody to help us with that mission. Help me get those 1 million new people reading the word. I'll show you the actual prayer guide. So here's the actual prayer guide that we have. It has Monday through Wednesday, and on the other side it has Thursday through Sunday. And we want people to read it out loud because there's power in the tongue, right? So there's power in you saying it, and if you read it, your eyes are seeing it, and your ears are hearing yourself saying it. And then you take the supplement, and you're using 4 out of your 5 God-given senses to help you with your health. And then we're obviously, my prayer is that the Lord will heal people just because they asked, right? And then they might not have asked if they didn't have this prayer guide. But since they have this prayer guide, maybe they did ask, and then the Lord can heal anybody, right? And so that's what I'm praying, is that we'll get a lot of people out reading the word, and then we have a reading plan that follows this prayer guide that gives you more in-depth information about, okay, what does this verse mean? Where did it come from? What was the situation during that time frame in the Bible of where that verse was talked about? So we're just helping educate people and hopefully give them a little bit of love or a spark for the word that says, oh, wow, there's some really cool stuff in here. Maybe I should start reading this every day, right? And so that's our heart.
Beautiful. That's a great one. That's a great one. I love that. Okay, so to bring this to an end, Rob, what would you like to leave the audience with, like a final thought? And to those ones who would like to learn more about you, reach out to you, get your product, be a part of your mission and all of that. Or maybe you said some things that resonated well with them and they would like to learn more. How can that be possible?
It's super easy. So we have a website called Exodus Strong. So Exodus, just like the word, the second book in the Bible, right? Exodus Strong, and then go to exodusstrong.com, and then you can read all about the supplement. But then we have a Become a Champion section, and that Become a Champion section is where you can become a reseller, basically, of the product. You get to sign up to be a partner of ours, and you can get commissions. But the cool thing about that is not only can you share it with people, but there's also a community that we're building of like-minded people that are all interested in sharing faith and interested in health, and we're helping people with all sorts of information how to get healthy. So there's tons of resources in the back there that talk about that. I have a book that I'm working on that's called 2000 years of ancient history and the superfoods and herbs from the Bible, right? So we have that information back there, and just lots of resources to people to say, how can I get healthy? And if we don't have the right information, we have an army of doctors and health practitioners, natural holistic health practitioners that we can refer you to that can really help you individually get healthy. So that's our heart, and we want to spread the gospel, far and wide.
Beautiful. I love what you're doing. You're spreading the
Thank
gospel
you.
of the kingdom, and now you're taking away every sort of impediment, because I believe unhealthiness can serve as an impediment from
Yes.
manifesting people's potential, and that's a good one you're doing. Okay, any final thought?
Yeah, when you don't feel well, you sit on the couch, right? And you can't have
Right.
an impact if you're sitting on the couch. So let's get healthy, and let's go make a difference in the world.
In the world.
We can
Beautiful.
do it
So that's
together.
gonna, yeah, that's gonna be the end of the show, Rob. Thank you for coming, and thank you for extending this amazing information to us. It means a whole lot. Thank
You
you
bet.
very much.
God bless you.